All right, we got an old Craftsman compressor, model number 919-176-320. I've already changed many things on here, but it still keeps plugging away. So today, what we're going to do is we have to change a pressure switch. Now I've already loosened up this pressure valve. I disconnected the air hose. I've taken the screws out. That's the easy stuff. This is what we're going to change today. So we're going to have to, this cover won't come off until we disconnect these hoses. So we have to disconnect all these hoses first and then take the cover off, and then you have the electrical components inside of that. All right, here we go. So top ones, we need a 13/16 and an 11/16. Loosen this up. Hold this down first. Now I'm not going to take this all the way off because I want to loosen the bottom up first and then pull it up while that's still connected. So good. Then a 1/2 inch and a 7/16. Okay. All right, bottom connection. I don't know how well you can see it. It's a 13/16 also. I've changed this pressure switch 2 or 3 times over the years. Just got to loosen that up a little more. Then 1/2 inch. All right, loosen the other two. Disconnected this one. Okay, now in order to get the cover off, there's a Phillips screw in the back here I have to loosen up. All right, I removed the right side, the green also, same type of connector, masking tape, and I'm probably going to leave this grommet here and see if I can reuse it rather than pulling it all the way out. And now I'll do the same for the left side. Just as a reminder, you have, through this plug on this side, we've got black coming out to the top, we've got the white coming out here, and then you can't see back here, but there's a green wire that's grounded, and the same thing on this side. The white goes to the bottom, black goes to this bottom, and you got a green ground back there. So again, take a picture, make sure you know where everything goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of masking tape on the 2 top ones, the black and the white, so when I place it back through, I'll know which ones go on top and which one goes on the bottom. All right, Phillips. Okay, the clip in the front. Now, of course, safety issues, always make sure everything's unplugged. This is 220 volts. So we've got black, white, white. I always like to take a picture of the wiring diagram where everything's connected to. So just in case I forget or misplace, I know where everything goes. We're also going to have to pop out these rubber seals and put them in on the new one for these two electrical connections right here. Just so you know, these screws have to be completely removed on the top because the connection is this type. It's not the C-clip or a horseshoe shaped clip where you can pull it out once you loosen them up. So all these screws have to be taken out. I put my masking tape on this one. And my masking tape on this one. And both of these on the top both come out of the right side. Our left side's disconnected also. And you just push around and through. So, be careful pulling those out. Alright, left side's disconnected. Now we just have to remove this unit. Alright, pressure switch bolt is 3/4. All right, disconnected. Now the switch I used on this, you can see that, is a model SP205. Under that it says E252248. That's not the exact same one that came with the unit. The one that came with the unit has an arm on it that sticks out here so you can turn it on and off. And I couldn't find one of those, so what I did is I hooked a switch up to the outlet so I could turn the outlet on and off, which functions the same. Here's my new unit, same part number, same E number here. Look, the grommets are inside here. So let me take this apart, pull out the grommets, and reinstall this unit. Remembered, I've got to take out this adapter or this coupling on the bottom here and install it onto the new one, because that's a male thread and that's female, and the new one comes with female thread. All right, loosen that up. That's a 9/16 thread on this coupling. Now I have to just load it up with Teflon on both sides, make sure we don't have any leaks. Screwed in the new one. And what I'm going to do now is check on the height, because you can maybe tighten it up one more notch, but I want to make sure I have clearance for the pipes. Plenty of room on that one. And good with that one too, on the height. Take the cover off. Phillips, same thing. And pop it forward. Alright, have these grommets inside, the new ones. I'm going to reuse the old ones. You do have to cut the tabs off on both of these if you want to use these. Alright, pull the grommets through on both sides. A little bit of a pain, but you can use a small flathead screwdriver to help push it in. I just pushed it on this side and pulled the rubber on this side, and it went right in. So now what I have to do is remove all the 2, 4, 6 screws and reinstall the wires. After I took them all off the screws, I installed both screws again in the bottom section for the green ground wires. So the ground wires are connected, and remembering from what I did last time, easier to put the bottom ones in first, which I'm going to do now, and then the top ones second, in that order. Quick note, it does say line in the bottom, on the bottom section, and it says motor on the top section. So the motor right here, the 2 upper ones, it's exactly where I'm going to install them. But if you fail to tape it, you can always look which ones are the motor and which ones are the line voltage. Connections are all in, tight. Now we got to put the cover on before we're able to install the hoses or pipes. You won't be able to get the cover off if you put that one on first or back on. Originally, what the problem was I was hearing air leaking, and it kept on going off again, the compressor, a few times a day because it was losing pressure in the tank. So after I took all the covers off, I felt right under here, and I guess the manifold in here is shot, and air was coming out right there. So that's what caused me to change the pressure switch. Everything ready, put Teflon. I like putting Teflon everywhere, and down there, of course, on that connector. So now I'm going to hook all the piping up. To make things easier, I just laid the larger one in, but it's going to be easier to put the smaller one in first, so I'm going to yank that one back out and install the thinner one first. All right. Piping's all connected back up. Got a little space there so they're not hitting. Everything looks okay. And at this point, I'm going to bring it back in the garage where I have 220 and plug it in and test it before I put all the covers back on. Shut off when it's supposed to. I gotta check for leaks. Good. I gotta let the pressure out. Put Teflon on where the hose connects. Put Teflon on the pressure release. Gotta put the covers back on and reinstall these, which have to be reinstalled after the cover's on. Had to pull out this coupling before I put the cover on. Forgot about that from before. Put the escutcheon back on, or the nut over the regulator knob, and pressure switch. So now the upper cover going to install. Reiterate what I was talking about before is the original pressure switch has, I don't know if you can see this, on-off switch right here that protrudes through this slot on the original one. I couldn't find one of those, so what I did is, in lieu of that, I have my plug here, and I have a shut-off for the plug right here, and I use that rather than the on-off switch.